What's up, everyone? Long time no show. On today's episode, I'm talking to Detroit native Chris Lowell about his new album, Falling Signs, which was just released January 29th and is available literally everywhere you can think of, wherever fine electronic music is sold. Beatport, Juno Download, TrackSource, Spotify, Bandcamp, iTunes, literally everywhere. The CD is also available on Amazon.com. We'll also be talking about how they're handling the pandemic in the land down under, as he's currently living in Brisbane, Australia. And this isn't that big of a deal, but a little detail that Chris brought to my attention after the fact is there was a party that's mentioned that was canceled, and Dave Clark's name was brought up, who in fact was not on the lineup, and Ben Sims was the headliner. Not that it's that big of a deal to point out details of an event that didn't take place, but I just thought we would bring that point up and correct the information, and just in case there was any kind of confusion or misunderstanding. So that said, please enjoy the conversation. Cheers. All right, I'm recording now. So, is it summer there?
Cheers, mate.
Cheers.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
There you go.
Yes, we've actually been it's about 2 months into summer now.
Yeah, you're sporting a tank top, and I've got a fucking scarf around my neck. It's in the single digits here right now.
Well, it's almost like a singlet.
Yeah.
We call them singlets around here.
Okay. Right on.
Yeah.
And you were on an island?
Yeah, it's called Majurba, and it's about 20-30 minutes east of us. And then we jump on a ferry that takes us out there for, I think it's about a 20-minute ferry ride. And then we're on this island that's super pristine. It's, oh man, it's like Australia, like what I imagine Australia would be.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah, so we stayed there. We go there quite a bit. We got introduced to it by some friends of ours, probably like 8 years ago, and we just keep going back there. It's just one of those spots that, it's magical, man.
That's sweet. Yeah, I saw some photos. I'm kind of jealous. I'm jealous right now, for sure.
Man, it's a trip, man. I never thought I'd be here. What
are you drinking? Looks like some moonshine or something.
It's actually Prosecco.
Prosecco. Is that
yeah.
wine?
It's Italian, like a dry wine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. My sister lived in Italy for a while with her husband,
Hmm.
and we went over there about a year and a half ago, maybe 2 years ago. Oh man, time flies. But
Yeah.
we ended up we went out there and hung out with them and got accustomed to the ways, and uh been trying to drink less beer. It's like just all the
Bloats.
carbs,
Oh
man.
yeah, totally. I'm kind of doing like the keto carnivore thing. And my
Yeah.
joke is that I drink my carbs. Like I don't eat my carbs so that I can drink them later,
Oh, you should have saw what I just ate. I ate so instead of BLTs,
uh
I just took lettuce and just wrapped up a tomato with bacon and ate it.
there you go.
Screw the bread, man.
Yeah, totally. I like to drink my bread, basically.
That's it. Cheers to that.
But I'm actually I became a fan of, I mean, I've always liked red wine, but
Yep.
I actually became like a fan of white wine over the last year,
Right.
mainly because it doesn't stain your teeth, like it doesn't make your
Well,
teeth purple. But
yeah, yeah. That's one thing. I wasn't much of a wine person until I went to Italy last a couple years ago,
mm,
and it was just even the table wine. It was just amazing. Like I'm
yeah,
not a big red fan, but
hmm,
everything was great there. I'm more of a white
yeah.
myself, but
I became a.
Prosecco's
Go ahead.
no, Prosecco is just like my wife drinks it as well, so it's
Oh,
easy. It's
yeah,
low carb, super easy to do. Like
yeah.
we just throw some mint in it, or I'll throw lemon, or I put kombucha in it
Oh,
as
really?
well.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, just
Are
give
you
it a little
drinking it on
flavor.
the rocks?
Oh yeah, it's fucking hot here right now. It's about 87 degrees here right now.
Wow, I'm so
So it's like
jealous.
I'm yeah, I'm in my studio, which is usually super hot,
Hmm.
and I've got fans blowing in, so I hope you can't hear other fans blowing in the actual
No, I don't hear anything actually.
All right,
Uh,
cool, cool, cool.
I'm actually really impressed with this technology. It's working out.
Yeah, it's the first time I've used it myself, so good on it. Oh, so how you been there, man? What's been going on, man? It's a bit
Oh,
of a shit show, hey?
absolutely nothing is
Mm,
going on, you know.
yeah.
Um, I went out to eat with my parents and my brother today for the first time. You know, everything's been completely locked down. So, uh, we couldn't go out to eat until a couple days ago.
Yeah, that's what I've been hearing.
So today was the first time I actually went out to eat, and it was just, I don't know, it's weird. I don't know. And other than that, there's nothing to do. I mean, there's nothing going on. Everything's been completely locked down. I don't,
Yeah.
I don't know. Aren't you guys locked down right now? Or
No.
I heard
Oh,
that there was a.
we had a 3-day lockdown,
Okay.
but that was because we had it was what was it? We had somebody that was working in the airline industry, because the airline industry doesn't have the same quarantine rules here.
Mm,
Most people have to quarantine. If you come here from anywhere else, you have to quarantine at your own cost for, I think it's 14 days.
yeah. Okay. I've been hearing
So
a lot about that going on,
yeah,
but
yeah,
I thought I
it's
heard
it's very strict here.
someone say something about Australia locking down because of one person getting COVID. I don't know if that's a
Yeah.
rumor or what, but
Well, that happened it actually happened where I was at.
oh, okay.
So
Wow.
we had one case, but it was the one case, but it was that mutated version of it.
Okay.
So
Hmm.
so that's why they had that. It actually happened on a, what was it, it was on a Friday. because my wife, she works with a big company, and she had people in the field. She does hydrogeology and stuff, and she had people in the field. Then she had to be like, well, what's going on? Like, they had to figure out, you know, everything, because all at once they'll stop the flow of traffic between the states here, like
Mm,
in a day, like instantly. Like, it's a weird thing. Like, as an American, like,
yeah.
so like I rebel. I'm like, oh, fuck that. But on, like, now I see it, I'm like, fuck, man, everybody wants to look out for each other.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to, like, you know, you want to just, like, let's quell it, let's get it sorted out, let's be
Mhm.
better than the rest of the world, like.
Yeah.
And it's summer, so
What
nobody wants to fuck around during summer.
what area are you in again?
Brisbane.
Brisbane. That's what I thought.
Yeah, so that's it's up by the, I'm like about an hour from the Gold Coast, which is south of me, and then about an hour and a half to the sunny coast, which is north of me.
Hmm,
Yeah.
that's
So
cool.
it's where all the surfers, every surfer comes, like, this area, man. It's amazing. I wish I would have taken up surfing when I was younger, but
Yeah.
obviously Michigan doesn't have surfing.
You still can, can't you?
Fuck
Are
that, man.
you
Not
too
not at
old?
my age, man.
I know.
Uh
I
and
feel the same way about like skateboarding or something. I'd love to get back out
uh
there, but I feel like I'm gonna break a hip or
yeah,
something,
well,
know.
where I'm at right now is, I'm having quite a bit of, like, issues with pain management,
Are you?
uh
Okay.
from my old motocross injuries.
Yeah, I was
And
gonna ask you about that. I was completely unaware of that whole part of your life. Um,
mm,
so it's interesting to me because I didn't even, I had no idea. It wasn't I until I read your, you updated your bio, and
yeah, yeah,
that's when I read it, and I was like, oh wow,
yeah,
this is interesting.
yeah,
I mean,
yeah. So that's why I never was like, I think the first rave I ever went to was in '98.
mm,
And do you know Dante from Havoc? Um,
I don't know. Maybe Dante sounds familiar, but I can't
uh,
put a face to the
I
name.
I should have thought this out before, but um, Dante LaSalle or something, I think his name is, or something close to that.
Okay.
Uh, he was a friend of mine through some of my other friends,
Mm,
and I was doing a sticker business at the time, and
mm,
he came to me and said, "Hey, I want to get some stickers done." Or his cousin said, "Hey, this guy does stickers. Go to him." And then Dante came over. And was like, "Oh, here's some Havoc stickers," and I was doing some stuff like that. And I'm like, "Oh, what's this?" I'm like, "I'd like to check it out." Never checked it out, and
yeah.
randomly went to a party in '98. Um, and I was only there for maybe like 20-30 minutes. I just went. I don't even know what I did. Dropped off flyers, or like did a cash drop or something. Who knows?
Yeah.
But
Mm,
I ended up, like, I was there for only a little bit, and then I left. And then later down, and that's when I really got into it, was uh the We Collected Information party that was in Detroit. I can't even, it was right above Club 2000. It was that
okay.
warehouse. There was like 3 stories, and ended up helping move in all the equipment with those guys.
Mm,
Like, I didn't even, I had no prior to anything. Just kind of was like, fuck, man, this sounds cool. I'll do
yeah.
it. And then just kind of went with it, man.
And
I
then
stayed there.
it's and then that became a name of one of your songs on your first album with us.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep, definitely, yep.
That's I didn't put that connection together. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So where I was, like, it wasn't that I didn't want to party like later when I was younger. It
Mm,
was that at that time and stage of my life, I was actually doing a lot of racing.
Mm,
Every weekend, I was in a different state. I was in a different country. Or I like
wow.
used to go to Canada all the time. You know,
Wow.
like it was like I was doing a lot of stuff. I've got a amateur what is it, an amateur championship in Canada in Walton.
Hmm.
So that was 95 I did that. So,
Mm, mm,
I was doing a lot of different, I was completely off the grid from it. But what it was is I had some friends. I don't know if I'm not going to say his last name, but my friend Ryan and my other friend Ryan and a couple other friends, they were racing dirt bikes as well. And they were also kind of dabbling in the scene at the time.
hmm.
And then they you know, kind of showed me the way that way.
Yeah.
So, I just kind of got into it by
You kind of
happenstance. And
gravitated towards it.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It was, I'd been going to punk rock shows forever and,
Hmm.
doing that, since 13. My friend dragged me down to a punk rock show down
Yeah.
at St. Andrews. So I was like, I was hooked since then.
Yeah. I think that's a common, that's very common, especially with a lot of, you know, not, I mean, specifically with me, but a lot of the other artists on the label is we all kind of started out in the punk rock scene and the, underground
Yeah,
scene and industrial. And, it's,
yeah,
it's kind of like, it's as though, one punk rock, for me specifically, as a child, as a kid, growing up in the breakdance era and stuff, and I learned about Mojo, and I listened to Mojo all the time, and Jeff Mills and the Wizard or whatever,
yep,
and so I was a fan of things like Kraftwerk and uh, White Horse and um, Africa Bambaataa and all the early
yep.
electro stuff. And then there was kind of like a pause and everything, and then I grew up a little bit, and I turned into one of those uh, angsty skater punks,
Yeah,
and
as we
so
all do.
yeah, so then all of a sudden punk rock was the only thing that mattered. But then I
Yeah.
remember, Ian Mackay and Jello Biafra started working with Al Jurgensen of Ministry, and next thing you know, there was this industrial punk rock hybrid collaboration going on, and that's what
Mm,
like tuned my ear back towards the electronic drum machine, program beats and synthesizers again. And because
right,
there
right.
was a minute back then, I don't know if you relate to this, but there was a minute where at the early stages of electronic music, it was horrible as far as I'm concerned. A lot of it was horrible, and I didn't want anything to do with it for a really long time. I thought it was
So
just
what time period would you say that would be?
uh I think the very early first rave stuff, like
Yeah,
like
yeah,
super ravey. It was, like when they would sample like the Sesame Street theme song and put it to a 4/4 beat or something. It was
right, right,
very,
right,
very candy raver type stuff,
W-
and I
right,
thought it
right.
was just trash,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
and it took a long time for me to realize that, oh wow, like there's some thought going into this, and there's a lot more to it than just catchy hooks, that
that's it.
weren't even that good in the first place. It was just, I don't know,
Right.
kind of a
Or some
tangent.
sample that might be relevant at the time or whatever.
Yeah, yeah. But I think I'm just really interested in the fact that, I mean, I almost think that a lot of what we're releasing is almost like techno punk, even though it's not like aggressive and thrashy or angry, but I feel like
Right.
the roots are like, we all kind of come from this indie DIY punk rock aesthetic or something. I don't know. It's just really interesting
Yeah, of course, of course.
across the board. If it's you, me, Ron Zacharin, Curtis,
Yeah,
Billy Bob, you know, Billy Bob used to
yeah.
he used to sing for the Exceptions, which was a ska band, you know,
Are you
like.
serious? Oh, that's right. That's right. All right. It's coming back to me. This is all coming back to me.
Yeah.
Yes, because the Exceptions were one of my favorite bands in the day. And I was like, when I remember, and I remember I sent him a message. I was like, Billy, dude, fuck.
Mhm,
Like, really?
mhm.
Like, this is hilarious, man. I'm like, fuck, it's all coming back all around. So yeah, man, I appreciate that, man. That's all good, man. That's
Yeah,
great. It's great
it's
to see that it's all like coming full circle again.
yeah, totally, totally. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It's really interesting. So I don't want to keep you too long, you know, but we can always do this again another time.
No, man, anytime, like actually, like if we want to do this another time, uh whatever, but if we want to take snippets, we can do whatever, but you know.
I do the main. I think what I want to talk about right now, tonight, before we split. I mean, you have a brand new album out.
Yeah. Yes, man. Thank you.
I think we need to talk about that. You know,
Yeah, man. I guess that is the pressing issue at the time,
and
hey.
and I mean, we can go on beyond that, but relating to what we're just talking about in Detroit, you're talking about Detroit 1998, getting into the scene. I just want to thank you personally for getting that song Detroit 1999 on your new album, because
Yeah, I appreciate
I
that.
love that song. You
Yep.
know,
And I think this is again, don't want to go back to it. This is coming back full circle where we that's kind of where I reintroduced myself to you.
yeah.
And you know, you've been in the
I
scene a long time, man.
I hope I
And
didn't bum you
yeah, it was
out, or I don't think it bummed you out, but like I ripped your song and put it in a DJ mix a long time ago, and I didn't get your
yeah.
permission or anything.
No,
So
no, 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 no. That's what that was like. I think that was like my. I think that was a highlight, man. When I heard that, I was like, oh man, I better like send him a message or something and say, hey, what's up, dude?
but then I was kind of hoping that you were going to be able to release it on your Arche Astronomy album. And I think
Yeah, yeah.
I asked you about it, and I think you kind of, I don't remember what you said, but I think you made it sound like those files weren't recoverable or something. I don't know. Maybe I'm making that up or something. So the
No,
fact,
no, no. That's what it was. Is because I when I moved from Australia or
mm-hmm,
from the U.S. to Australia here, a lot of my stuff, all my studio, all my stuff,
mm-hmm,
files, everything's back home. So
okay,
I wasn't able to recover all that stuff until the last what 2 years when I went back and
mm-hmm,
actually got some hard drives, and then I found that stuff again and was able to find the stems and the actual like projects from it, and then
mm-hmm,
go back and I have a good friend here, Johnny, that helped me put the album together. And man, it kind of clicked, and you know, it's yeah, I think it was the right time, right thing, and I'm glad it kind of got lost for a minute, and I'm glad I got it on the second one though.
yeah, totally. It was so it was very refreshing, or I don't know. It settled something within me hearing
Yeah,
that
man, I appreciate that.
when I saw that title, Detroit 1999 was going to be included in this release. I was just so
Yeah,
satisfied, and
yeah, man,
it's still,
appreciate that.
it, you know what it is it 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 reminds me of, I was thinking about it earlier today. I listened to it earlier today, and it reminds me of maybe 100 loft parties I've been to in Detroit, and back
Yep.
in the mid to late 90s, like whether it was like a hot box party or, you know, some loft in Eastern Market
Above
or
the flame grill.
yeah, you know, where it reminded me of someone where, you know, some party where, you know, someone probably said, hey, there's nothing going on this weekend, let's you know, collect $300 and get a little rig, you know,
Yeah.
not a crazy banger, not a rave,
No,
not a
just
club,
good
you
good
know.
folks
Yeah,
get together, have a good time.
yeah. And I just feel that like that song captures that energy, you know,
Yeah, I appreciate
which I
that.
feel like it's missing right now, you know. I
Yeah.
mean, of course, with the lockdowns and the pandemic, but
Mm,
even if that weren't the case, I feel like everything has just gone into club. Everything's a club or a festival now. You know,
yes.
I feel
Yeah.
like the
And
loft
it's very
party
much like that
is
in
missing.
Australia.
Is it? Yeah.
It's very much, and they're actually doing quite a bit to push out the clubs here. Uh
Really?
in the entertainment districts in Australia. I used to live in the entertainment district, Fortitude Valley, and that's I literally walked a block to where I had to go play.
Oh yeah.
uh, it was awesome, man. And, like I could hear the club from my house in my apartment.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was like I knew when I was like, oh, it's starting to get good. I should go, go check it out or whatever, and they were having a good time. Man, we had that for a while, and then as soon as there's a lot of developers that are coming in, they're trying
Mm-hmm.
to upscale it now.
Mm-hmm.
Brisbane's that's starting to be like a hot city, man, because people don't want to be in Melbourne.
Mm-hmm.
Melbourne's cold. It's a lot like Michigan, honestly.
Yeah.
uh Sydney's kind of the same way. Like it's awesome during summer, but you do get those cold snaps. And where we're at, geography located, it's just beautiful. It's like
Mm.
even our winters are like Florida winters. That's what I'd equate it to. Yeah.
Okay. That's cool. Hmm.
And the most beautiful beaches I've ever seen in my life, man.
Yeah. I saw
Yeah,
some of those photos you took.
yeah,
I wish
incredible.
I was there right now for sure.
Oh man, we'll get you over here one time, man.
That
As
would
soon
be
as this
so
shit's
dope.
over with, dude.
That would be
As soon
so
as
good.
this shit's over, we'll have a big party.
That would be
Uh,
great. Yeah, we need to for sure. Um, did you that boat? Wait, no, not the boat party video is cool. That looked fun. How long ago was
yeah,
that?
yeah. That was
Couple.
2018,
Okay.
around April 2018. That was one of our LGM parties. I
Yeah,
think that was one of the Let's Get Minimal 10-year anniversary.
that looked like a lot
Uh,
of fun.
yeah, man, that's always
But
good fun.
the thing you did in December, that looked like a good time too. You know, the one you streamed on Twitch or whatever, or
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
um and then did you end up, you were supposed to do something around New Year's.
Yeah,
Did
I
that
actually did one
happen?
on New Year's Day as well. Yeah, yeah.
Okay. I wasn't
That
sure if it actually happened or not because
Yeah, that got recorded. I've got all the audio and all the video stuff. I'm just waiting to uh I was on vacation, man. I just didn't want to deal with that shit.
sure.
So
There's nothing but time.
yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. So I next couple weeks here, I'm just gonna put it to all together. I've got all the audio and video are all separated. Just need to
Cool.
splice some stuff together. And I'm also trying to get some like some B-roll stuff of the actual the club uh from other perspectives, from other people's phones, so
Sure.
it doesn't look just like I'm playing to myself because it was super weird. But that was also COVID because they don't because that the club is so small there.
Yeah.
It's not very wide, but it's very long.
Okay.
So
Was that the
they have
same venue as where you played in December?
yeah,
Okay.
same venue.
Yeah,
That's
because
Sub
I mean,
Rosa.
like I mentioned, from the video perspective, it didn't look like there was anyone there. And then
No, it looks so weird, man.
when I saw the photos that you sent me from all these other perspectives, I was like, holy shit, that party was off the hook. Like
Yeah, man,
that, it
like
was
legit,
it was a
it wasn't
sweat
just me
box.
acting
Yeah.
like a fool, man. I was actually like playing.
Yeah.
That's funny.
It looked like a really good time for sure.
Yeah, New Year's Day was also a really good party. The girl that played after me was really good, Gemma.
Hmm.
I met her a few times. She's from originally, I think, this area, but she's lived in Melbourne, lived in Berlin, San Francisco.
Hmm.
So she's super cool girl. But obviously back here because everybody was like, yeah, come back here. Australia was like, you better get here now or you're stuck. There's still a lot of Australians stuck at all over the world.
Really?
Yeah, yeah. But
Wow.
basically they're trying to bring people back right now. Um, we've we're doing so fucking good here, man. It's
Yeah,
insane. Like
that's cool.
it's legit. Like and people they adhere to what people are like, oh, there's a mask rule. All right, fuck, here we go. No problem.
Yeah.
That's it, man. It's like nobody wants to fucking keep the shit going here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, but we have 25, what is it, 25 million people opposed to like 350 million.
Yeah.
So it's a, it's a stark contrast, but you know, fuck, man, shit's just, uh, I hate to say it, but like the last 4 years is, I mean, I wouldn't have thought it would go any other way. I actually would have thought it would be worse,
Mhm.
especially
So
in the States.
do you still work with Let's Get Minimal crew? Or I mean, I know you've worked with them, you've worked with is I think the Sub Rosa people are different, or is it all this collective of the same?
Uh, Sub Rosa is the club.
Okay.
Before that, it used to be called Capulet.
Mm.
And that's where I was DJing. I think that was 2016, 2017 when I was living in the Valley.
Mm.
And now it's changed owners. It's called Sub Rosa.
Okay.
So yeah,
And then what? Let's Get Minimal is more like they're like the promoter and they kind of just throw
yeah,
parties wherever.
we're just a loose group of loose cunts, man.
Cool. Yeah.
It's just like legit, man. It's like one of my friends. I met him. His name's Rohan. I met him on a boat party that he was throwing
Mm.
on the Brisbane River with Delano Smith.
Oh
And
yeah.
I was like, fuck yeah, I'm going to this party. End up going there, and it's a
Mhm.
boat party, and it's not very small. I mean, not very big, so you get to know it. Get to hang out with everybody and all that. And
Mhm.
saw Delano, and he's like, "Fuck, what are you doing here?" Like, I was like, "Hey, what's up, man?" Whatever. And I started talking to Rohan, and then he's like, "Oh yeah, that's it. We've been doing this for a while," and so I just got involved with him from there, man. Friends from day one.
Nice. That's
And
cool.
it's just like, yeah, he's doing right now he's actually moved on from doing more of the promoting to he does it's a fruit brokering.
Oh,
Yeah, he's a
huh.
fruit broker. So
And is
say that 5 times
does
fast.
that have anything to do with the dragon fruit thing? Like, wasn't there a dragon fruit thing
Yeah,
over there?
that's another crew that's here.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
it's basically a crew. LGM's a crew.
Gotcha.
We've there's a new crew that's just come
There's
up
something like
from,
IWT something.
yeah, IWTFA. I
Okay.
won't techno for an answer.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah, and I work with those guys as well.
Yeah,
So basically, I'm just a contractor, man.
yeah,
I go with everybody knows I'm a great DJ and I can fucking rock the shit.
yeah.
Whenever they need me to fill in that spot between like a headliner that they bring in, well, when they used to bring in people from
Right. When they
you
could.
know, from Europe and stuff. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Are
yeah.
they
So
ever?
I was just
Who was the? Was it? There was someone you were gonna open for, and then it got canceled right at the beginning of COVID or
oh
lockdown. Is that gonna be rescheduled?
I hope so. It was Dave Clark, but I don't think it will be. That would have been a fucking monster,
Yeah,
man.
totally.
I was so hurt by it, but 100% understand like the circumstances.
Sure.
It was just like, man, everybody here was just like, fuck. It was like, uh, my missus had her birthday in March, like the first couple weeks of March, and then it was like right, I think it was April. It was supposed to be April. It was supposed to happen, and then right after her birthday, the government here was like, "No, we're this is serious. Also, we're close to Asia,
Mm,
so we have to be that more vigilant about it."
yeah.
So they were like, "No, we're stopping this. International flights. Everybody's being checked. Everybody gets a quarantine for 14 days." Like it was, yeah, serious stuff, man.
Yeah. Yeah. Too bad. Hopefully, I mean, maybe it can be rescheduled. Who knows?
Mm.
Do you have
And
anything?
well,
Do you have anything coming up as far as gigs, or I mean, are
uh,
things locked down still, or
no, no, everything's back on. We
yeah?
had a 3-day lockdown, and it was just it was an isolated scare. You were talking about it earlier. We had
Hmm.
one case, and what was it was a transmission from a I think it was like a airline worker
Oh, right.
that stayed at a hotel, and
Mm,
then the hotel worker that was cleaning the place actually had gotten that.
mm.
So they didn't know how many had transferred after that. So they wanted to lock it down quick because after they found out it was the UK strain. Australia, I don't if you've never been here, they're very strict on fruits, vegetables, like any kind of
Pets?
pets,
Yeah,
wood, anything, flora, fauna, anything,
mm,
anything, and everything,
yeah,
because they've already dealt with it,
yeah.
and they're saying, yeah, we don't want to deal with it. We don't want to change the ecology any more than we already have.
Right.
Yeah, they're like, hey, we're scientists mostly here, you know.
But if you're not locked down, then you guys are ready to go, right? You're ready to
Yeah, that's it. I
throw a
mean,
party.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, that's it. Right now I'm working on trying to do a boat party. I'm gonna wait probably, I think I'm gonna try to do it for probably April for Easter.
Mm,
And I'll probably do, yeah, we'll see how we do. But I'm
yeah.
hoping to do a full release party, just myself and maybe a couple other mates of mine, and then
Hmm.
see how we go.
Nice. That's cool. That's
Yeah, yeah.
awesome.
And I think it's about 100, on the boat. Right now we have no restrictions whatsoever, so
Hmm.
Fucking, it's such a stark contrast, man. It's such
I
the
only
mishandling.
I only went to one boat party, and it was on one of the boats that used to be a bobolo boat. Did you ever go to
Oh,
one of those?
really? I've been on one of those. I remember the spiders coming down because I
Yeah.
was coming home on a sunset cruise from there,
Uh,
and I remember all the spiders coming down from the top of that thing. Not actually,
but
did they
was it a party? You know, like
did Paxahau throw a party on there
uh, the one I the one I went on.
during music
Pax
festival?
Pax. I don't think Paxahau even was a thing yet, because I think.
Oh, okay.
Do you remember Had Atomic?
Oh, this is way before my days.
Yeah,
No, no,
had it. I
no.
think Had Atomic played live. That's the one thing I remember about the boat party I went on. But it was
Oh
interesting.
shit.
Yeah,
Yeah, right.
it was crazy. It wasn't the giant Babala boat. It was like a smaller version. I didn't know there
Right,
was a smaller one, but
right.
um, yeah,
It
that
was
was
probably the quicker one.
yeah, the smaller,
Like the
faster.
day trip. Well, we have that here. They have the day trip ones, and then they have the ones that are like, hey, well, just get all the mass people over kind of thing.
Well, when things open up and you come back, we'll have to get you to come back, and we'll do a boat party here, because
Yeah, man,
you're like the
100%, man.
boat party
I,
master.
yeah. Hey, man, I've had a lot of practice here. I love it.
Yeah, totally.
It's been so good here. Like, I don't know, man. It's just like a combination of weather and just like where we're at in Brisbane. I don't know if you've never seen it, look it up.
I'm
From the
so
top
ignorant.
view,
Yeah,
if
I
you look
need.
from top view of it,
Mm,
like it looks like a W, and it's just like this winding river that goes through where I live. So
mm,
it's just it's amazing. Like, but it also it's kind of a pain in the ass because I'm
mm,
not a native here. I don't
mm,
know where anything is because they have south side and north side, and it's
mm,
all like only a few bridges.
mm,
So like I get lost very easily because
mm,
everything goes every way.
mm.
Nothing goes like nothing north and south, east west. It's all just like wherever you end up. You're like, oh shit, I'm at the river again.
Wait, are you talking about the river, or is that how the roads work too?
Oh well, basically how the river works, it
Okay.
because it winds through.
Yeah.
Like if you look at it geography wise,
Sure.
you'll just see it's just like it goes every which way through this,
Mm.
and then it just splits all the suburbs up. So like
Uh,
there'll be like so then but we do have like water taxis, which is pretty awesome.
yeah.
They're called city kitties.
Oh, wow.
We
Okay.
have the city kitty and we have the city cats.
do you do they do you have like the restaurants that are right on the water, and the boat just goes right up to a dock and you get out, that type of thing?
uh yeah,
Yeah,
quite a bit.
that's so fun. That's so fun.
Yeah. Oh, it's amazing, man. We live like uh even like I think it was almost 10 years this year. They said they had the really bad floods in Brisbane.
Hmm.
And what happened was they had like I think it was like one of the levees or one of the dams had it was gonna overflow, and they couldn't make a call whether or not to release some water, and they released the water way too late, and they ended up just flooding the whole city of Brisbane, which Brisbane's very it's not very above sea level.
Mm.
Like in a lot of parts here, we don't have we have a bit of hills and stuff,
Hmm.
but for the most part, it's under sea level. So one big flood comes in, man. It ended up there's a lot of those restaurants we did have on the along the river there completely gone. They had car parks where there was car parks, like 2 or 3 story underground parks, completely flooded, all the
Wow.
cars right off. This is 11 years ago, but about 10 years ago, 11 years ago. And then my wife came here not 8, 9 months later, and it was completely spick and span. Like nothing happened.
Hmm.
Insane. Like
Wow.
the shit gets done like so quick here. It's just like, what?
Hmm.
Are you serious? Like something happens, people pitch in, like, it feels like old America actually.
Yeah.
Like how like, you know, how people actually like, oh hey, how you doing? Like, we don't want to be shit cunts to you, Cool, man. I'll wear a mask. You wear a mask. We'll be cool, man. Well, let's all wash our hands.
Yeah. That's cool. I mean, you seem really happy there.
Yeah. Well, I have some news, but I can't divulge right now.
Oh yeah. All right.
Yeah. So some later dates here. We'll talk about some other stuff. But yeah,
Sure.
yeah.
So, do you have anything else you want to talk about with falling signs? I mean, I have a couple things to bring up. Um, I don't know if you know, but it's already on the Beatport hype chart. Like
Oh, right.
it immediately apparently just got released to the Beatport hype chart, which
Legit.
is
I just got back yesterday from the island.
yeah,
So that was why I haven't looked at anything. I barely had internet, didn't have any data.
good.
I didn't look at anything. So
That's
like
that's the
I
best
came back
way.
and I was just like,
That's the best way to go on a vacation, right?
today was the last day of my vacation, so I was trying
Okay,
not to look at anything.
cool, cool.
So no, that's awesome, man.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it was a pleasant surprise. I kind of just stumbled upon it.
Oh, right on, man.
But yeah, yeah. So, um, I don't know, man. I'm really, I'm really digging it. It's, it's so solid, you know. Like, it reminds me of, it reminds me of a lot of good times. It reminds me of music that there's so many records in my collection from a
Mm,
long time ago that I can't wait. I guess what I'm saying is I can't wait for things to open up so I can
right.
mix some of these songs, some of these new songs that you wrote into some of my
Yeah.
old favorites that I used to rock back at like Lush or something. Like
Yeah, right.
I feel like I don't know, like there's some tracks that would go really well with, maybe some old Peace Division or some old Moody records or
Right.
something, just some jams across the board, so many
Yeah.
different moods, different vibes. And I don't know if those words are even, maybe those are just generic now, but like I mean
Yeah.
different 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 moods for different times of the evening, I think. And I
Right.
like how the tracks are just there's they're long, there's definitely some DJ tool, they feel like tools,
Mm. And it's kind of where I wanted to go with that.
Mm,
Because with a lot of the tracks that I started out with, a lot of the tracks were kind of that similar, the same way, but it was that, that style at that time. And when I can't even remember the name of the shop, but Tom, what is it? Uh, Todd, fuck, he's gonna kick my ass for this. Um, Uh, total mind blank. Todd Osborne.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. Osborne.
Yeah, Todd Osborne had a shop in Ann
Dub
Arbor.
dub play pressure.
Dub play Fresher, yes.
Yeah.
And then there was a couple other little shops around there, and that's kind of when that was like when I after I got hurt racing dirt bikes.
Mm.
That's kind of where like I first started seeking out all that stuff, and running into Todd, like, and I still like I haven't seen him in years and years, but he's still like same dude, hangs out in Ypsilanti.
Mm.
Apparently him and his son have a skate shop down there, and they have records they
Hmm.
sell there at a little shop. So like he was like one of the guys that like instrumental and like kind of get me there. Also, who was it? Carlos Souffrant.
Oh my God.
Uh, like,
He's one of my all-time favorites.
and I was from Ypsilanti, so like at that time, I didn't have like that. I kind of went to a couple Ann Arbor like house parties and that kind of thing. I saw Disco D Dave a long
Hmm.
time ago in a house party with Carlos and Matt Deer
Hmm.
and maybe Derek Plizek. I don't even know. Who knows?
Hmm.
But it was legit. It was like that was like fuck man, this is fun, man.
Yeah.
It was just like I just got just that vibe at that time, and I just kind of wanted to try to create that, that house party like back to like, that kind of like when I was like having fun like that kind of
Hmm.
stuff for that.
Yeah, man. Well, I definitely think you accomplished that.
Yeah,
Absolutely. There's some jams on that album for sure. I think my favorite right now, and it's just for right now, but Soft Circle Oval.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's my jam right now.
Well, yeah,
It's
I've been yeah, there's a few of those that I actually wanted to get on the first one, and I with the same with the Detroit 1999. I was like, I just want to wait till I have a little bit more experience
hmm.
and a little bit more ear, and I want to just make it the track that I want to be able to make it to, at my ability at this, this time and date.
Yeah. What about um, one thing I like that I just want to bring up real quick? Um, the fact that you've had Matthew work on the art for both of your album covers.
Yeah.
I tell me something about that because I love that guy.
Oh man. Well, what do you know about Matthew?
Not
How
enough.
do you know?
I
Where have you met Matthew
I
at?
just see him around, and I know. I think the last time I saw him was at you remember Lavelle.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yep.
you know,
100%.
and he
Yep.
passed away a couple years ago.
Yep.
And the last
Yep.
time I saw Matthew was at his. I didn't go to the funeral, but there was um, what do you call the after thing for a funeral? It was at.
After party.
Yeah, I don't want to say after party, but that's kind of what it was.
Man.
But
Right. Well, with
uh,
us, it is an after party.
yeah,
I
and
mean, you you
it
want to
was
celebrate you
it
want to
was at
celebrate
the
everything.
it was at the works. So I mean, you know, I guess if
I'm not
that's
saying anything, man. I met my wife at the work, so
I mean, I'm just saying if that's not an after party, then I don't know what is,
uh,
But
true.
yeah, I mean, Matthew, like what he worked at, he was a record time guy, right?
Yeah, yeah,
In
and
Ferndale, at
yeah.
least. I don't know if he was at Roseville, but he might have been. He could have been. But other than that,
What's
I don't really know. Like I just know he's a really nice guy and
Yeah,
he's
man.
super cool.
So yeah, crazy story. I went to the high school I went to, man, I was the smallest kid in the school. Like, man, everybody picked on me, had a bunch of shit. Then I had one guy that always was like, no, leave this guy alone. He's fucking
Mm,
cool, man.
yeah.
And it turned out to be Matt Boynton's brother.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
I
his
don't know him.
Matthew Boynton's older brother was like, nah, this guy's cool. Leave him the fuck alone.
Hmm.
Basically to everybody. And then a couple years later, Matt came to the school there, and then, you know, hit it off, and ended up going to, I was doing graphic design at the same vocational school. Went to
Okay.
John Glenn
Yeah.
vocational school there. So
So is that
yeah,
where you guys sort of
that's where we hit
met?
it off, man.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah,
Because I mean,
and then
you were doing stickers
yeah,
at
yeah.
some. What were you doing stickers at the same time, or was that before?
Uh,
Or
no, actually, he's the one that got me into that whole thing. Like,
that's cool.
at the graphic designs, like the class that I changed over from automotive, like some shit, I don't know, whatever,
Mm,
electrical automotive stuff, which whatever. It's all right. Michigan,
hmm.
it's a steady job.
Yeah.
But I went into graphic design and I ended up meeting him and a few other people, and I just got, he was like, "Oh yeah, we've got this sticker machine." And I was like, "Fuck man, can we make some graphics for my motorcycle?" And
Mm,
he was like, "Yeah, sure, man. Try." So we ended up doing that. And then after that, I was like, "Fuck man, I'm changing whatever the class is over. I want to be in that class." And so that's kind of where I got in with it. And
mm,
that's kind of where it kind of got me directed on my whole graphic design and sticker business, which coincided with my the racing the motocrosses as well at the time.
that's cool. And then Matthew just I mean,
Matthew actually went and saw me race a few times.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
nice.
And Matthew was a big skateboarder. I like skateboarding, so he was trying to teach me how to skateboard.
Hmm.
I was hopeless, but
But
I tried.
he went on and he's still doing, isn't he still doing printing or and things like that?
Yep, I think he's still in the print offset printing business.
Yeah.
Some of the stuff, yeah, a few years back, he was looking into getting the job, and he sent me what was it, we call it CVs here. I'm having a hard time remembering what the American term is now.
Hmm.
Resume.
Oh,
This is how long I've been around. I can't remember simple things like, hey, resume. It's called a CV here because they
okay.
shorten everything.
Okay.
So CV, and he was like, "Oh, check this out." And so basically, he did an infographic, and he was like, "Oh, would you be my, like uh, person of contact?
Hmm. Oh,
If somebody
reference.
should call."
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, we call it a person of contact. Fuck, I'm
Right.
losing all my shit, man. Australia, man, we're
It's
upside
okay.
down, dude. We're
It's
upside
okay.
down.
Yeah, dude. That's
But
awesome.
yeah, man. And then I ended up like getting a call, and I'm like, I'm in Australia. I'm getting a call. I'm like, hello, and they're like, oh yeah. And yeah. So he's been doing that for quite a while. Yeah, he's come up to our wedding when we had that in '97. I mean 2000. Oh, what 2017?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Little difference there. Yeah.
yeah, well, 2007. Yeah, I was thinking something else.
Okay.
Also, the end of the prosecco.
Oh, there you go. Right on. I hear you. Yeah.
Uh,
So is there anything thing else you want to bring up about falling signs, I mean, like, I know you got some new gear for that. I think you did, and I think you worked with some people. I don't know, in like in a studio, or you sent me that photo where you were in
Yep,
the studio. That
yep.
wasn't like where your home studio. I mean, I don't
No,
know if
no,
it's if
no.
any of that's worth mentioning, or it's up to
No,
you.
no, no, no. Most of the stuff was all done my home studio, but I brought it into my friend Johnny's studio, diffused. And it was just because I live in an apartment
Hmm.
and I'm not able to have the bass reference and I
Gotcha.
don't trust headphones.
Right.
I mean, I can only do so much on headphones and so much on earbuds. So I
Sure.
ended up going over to his place where he has a, full decked out studio. Went over there. He's got some new gear, so we kind of ran. We were doing a bit of testing back and forth, and trying to get it all right. And yeah, he's getting things together, and he's actually just moved to a new location.
Mm,
And once I get a new couple of bits of gear here, I'm gonna go over there and just kind of see what's the go over there and see how we go.
cool. Right on.
Yeah, man, it's coming along, man.
Well, let's see. Falling Signs is available digitally everywhere around the world now. You know what I mean? Like,
That sounds weird to say.
literally
Like
everywhere.
I still don't believe it, man. Like, yeah, I just came back from the island, man. It's like had somebody been gone for like months and months in the Antarctic and then just came back and said, "Oh, there's COVID." I mean, that's kind of what you're telling me.
Right. Yeah. And if people want, um, a, if they want a physical, tangible copy of it, it's available now on Amazon. They can buy a CD of the album. Um,
Okay, great.
I did I send that link to you? I don't remember if I did.
I think you did, but I think I was possibly on my phone, which
Hmm.
it's weird because I'm in Australia. Sometimes it sends my links. It's weird if I don't have my VPN on,
Okay.
then I'll just it'll get me sent to somewhere else and it'll say, "Oh, you cannot get to this," because sometimes it's not available in my area.
Well, CDs are available, and more will they'll be more accessible in other places soon, besides Amazon. And I'm still working on the stems version of the album,
Okay, yeah, yeah.
which basically the hold up there is I didn't realize.
I think Beatport just discontinued that, right? Just
Okay,
recently.
so that was one
I
issue. That was one concern, because when I looked into
like
sending them, and
like
Beatport,
legitimately, I think that was like a month ago.
okay,
I read something, I was just like, wait, what? And I'm like,
yeah,
oh, well, all right.
that answers a question that I had then, because
Yeah, so
but we
I
can
think
still send them to Juno and Track Source. So
yeah.
the
All
only
right,
the
cool,
only
cool.
issue is they're in wave files, and I need to convert them to something like .stem.mp4 or something, and I don't know.
Okay.
I just have to look into it and see.
R-
I'll
Right.
figure it out.
It could be some easy conversion software, like, or it could be some fuck about. I mean,
Yeah,
you're smart
or
enough.
I might just need to retitle the file. A lot of
Yeah,
times,
true.
that's
Oh,
how complicated this shit is. It's
yeah,
really
man. I
not at
always
all.
overthink things.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh,
I'm the same
totally.
way, man. Hey, oh, you mean I could have just done that? Oh,
Hmm.
fuck me.
Hmm. But we're getting it out. It is out there. It's in all the places that matter for most people, for the general public right now. I mean, know,
Great.
Beatport Hype Chart, Bandcamp,
Yep.
Google, you know, iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, Amazon, all. Did I send you the list of all the places?
Yep. You send me all the
Yeah.
distro stuff, so
Okay.
I'm gonna go through like I'll make that's one of my chores this week is to I'm gonna get together and make just kind of like with the graphics that I have from my album stuff,
Yeah.
and then put like the logos and stuff, and then put up uh a logo or whatever, or a post about that, and I'll send you that as well.
Claim your artist profiles if you haven't, you know.
Yes, I have. Yes,
Okay.
I've been very good about trying to get a
Cool.
bunch of those.
Yeah.
There's some that they're kind of it's kind of hard to get, uh, but it's mostly like just the smaller distro stuff. It's most of the larger stuff's pretty good about it.
Yeah.
Um, I think I'll have to try to send in my stuff in again to Bport. I've sent my stuff in like a million times to do a headshot, and they still reject it every time. I don't know. I
Really?
guess I'm just too ugly. I'm just too ugly, man.
Oh, come on.
I just gotta fucking, just gonna wear a complete mask and just be like stand right in front of there. Maybe they'll actually do it then. Fucking dickheads.
Yeah, I'll look into it too. I don't know. Maybe I don't know if there's anything I can do on my end, but maybe.
I'm not sure if you can, man. Look into it, but I don't know if it's because I thought it was just an actual like an artist thing. So
Yeah,
I've
it could
tried to
be.
go about it a couple ways. There's some of the stuff that you've posted, I've gone on and gone through that. So yeah.
Right on. Um, let's see. Any gigs coming up? Oh wait, you were saying a boat party maybe in the works around Easter?
Yeah, I think maybe Easter we might do something around then.
Okay.
We're doing a couple renegade just kind of uh renegade parties, underground renegade parties.
Sounds like a good time.
Yeah, it's fun because we like to what's awesome about Australia is uh you can go out in a lot of places that have nothing, or they a lot of like they have a lot of what is it, the industrial spaces,
Hmm.
but they also have grasslands behind those spaces. So not only do they have industrial spaces, but it's like a grassland or a park.
Ooh, yeah.
So we can go into those spaces and set up a generator, set
Hmm.
up speakers, small systems, and then just go to it, man. Have a good time,
You
and
can have a
get.
chill out room out in that forest space.
No, man, not quite like that. The last party we had was shit, man. It was on the side of the river, overlooking one of the bridges here, one of the biggest. It's called the Gateway Bridge, and fuck, man, we had people like actually it was like right after our first lockdown got uh lifted. So
Hmm.
there was people that actually came from New South Wales. That's probably maybe like 3 hours south of us, came up for this party. There was like almost 200 people on the side of this fucking shore. We're like, fuck, how did we get here? Like, how we
Nice.
should we be doing this?
That's awesome.
Like, but yeah, man, underground still lives somewhere, man.
Yeah, I wonder if we need to get some of that going on here. There's a bunch of haters, you know, which I don't know what the right thing to do is, or you know, I mean, literally in the last year, I think I've been to one party, and
Mm,
it was outside, and it was last September, and the only reason why I went was because it was like 2 days after my birthday, and I hadn't done a
yeah.
goddamn hadn't done a goddamn thing all year. So I was
Yeah.
just like, you know
Yeah.
what? Fuck
Yeah,
it.
might as well.
There's a party tonight. It's outdoors. I'm gonna go out. And it was a funk party. It was one of those,
Oh yeah.
everybody was
Nice.
playing like, 45s, and out there by I don't remember the space, but
Is that the FTR
it's by
label?
you
The
could
old
probably
funk guys. I can't remember the guy's name, but
like Robert Klaus was one of the Cheddar Bob was one of the DJs.
yep.
And
100%.
the space was right there by, you could see the Ambassador Bridge from wherever we were. So it was kind of southwest side, but not totally.
Yep.
And you know what? We were probably breaking some rules, but
Yeah.
I didn't give a fuck at that point. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
I haven't done anything since or before that or since really all year. So
Yeah. Fair enough, man.
there's a part of me that wonders if we should be breaking some rules. The punk in me wants to break some rules. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, man, honestly, man, I think if you get jab parties going, like make sure people get the jab and then fucking throw some underground jab parties, dude.
Yeah.
UJs, man.
We'll see. We'll see.
And then make sure that you got like some form of proof that you've got your jab, and then you fucking get in for $5 or something, and like old school as fuck or some shit.
Yeah. Well, I
Who
feel
knows,
like
man.
I feel like that's where it's going if it doesn't
Mm.
if things don't open up. I feel like it's gonna be like prohibition type shit pretty soon.
Right, man. Because there's only so many times you can go to every one of your rooms in your house and like pretend it's like a different bar.
Yeah, totally. Well, hey man, let's wrap this up, but let's do it again. Let's do it again soon. And like, it was really good catching up with you. And I'm glad. I feel like this worked out. I'm glad that we did this. So I'm gonna upload this places, and and I am working on the new version of the record label's website. So
okay, sweet. Yeah, sweet.
So that's something we were talking about before, and I just wanted you to know that I am working on it. I am also still looking into clearing that sample you were talking about.
Okay.
And,
yeah.
But tell the people who see this, whoever they are, and I don't know how many are going to, but how can they follow you? Tell them your social media or social network profiles, whatever you want. If someone wants to get a hold of you or find your music and all that, your mixes, all that shit.
Yeah, right now, all we're looking at is I've got Mixcloud, I've got SoundCloud, Facebook, and it's all / Chris Lowell music.
Cool. Yeah, man.
That's it. That's it. Right now, I'm working on getting my own website as well, to be able to do my own stuff. Downloads, free downloads, maybe get into like my hardware and my process gear, all that kind of stuff.
Cool. That's one thing.
Stuff, and
that's one thing I'd like to explore further is like and not just you, but everyone on the label, the creative process. Like what's going on what's going through your brain when you're just programming beats or improving or I'm fascinated with that whole process basically. So that's one thing I'd like to learn more about.
What would be awesome is I think now that we kind of figured out how this was working, maybe we should also do this with the whole crew because I'd like to get to know everybody as well.
That would be dope.
I think that would be a good introduction. I think like, I mean, it's been 5 years, buddy.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Congratulations, man.
Yeah.
Thanks for everything you've done, man. I appreciate that.
Cheers, brother.
Like, I mean, I wouldn't be here doing anything that I would be doing if it wasn't for you, man.
I feel the
Like
same way.
honestly, like I lost a lot of I lost a lot of fuck, man. I lost a lot of shit along the way. Just just got out of music for a while, and I just got like, just you know how it is. You just get bored with it, and you get bored with the people and people's attitudes, and
Yeah.
fuck, man, where I'm at, and I think it's a great thing is where I love Detroit, and I love that style of music, but where I'm from here, everybody seems to be more receptive, more happy, more like upbeat,
Mm.
and not like and it's not like a negative thing. I don't think about Detroit. I think it's like there's a lot of people that don't truly like show their true selves,
Mm.
and I guess put themselves out there, and there's a lot of fake people that they try to like, yeah, the egos and the personas and that kind of thing,
Mm.
which understandably, like, you want to do that, but there's I felt like in Detroit, like I feel like I've networked quite a bit more here, and I've got through like a lot of stumbling blocks that I've had with music. I've had people help, work out with me that I didn't get back home where I was, trying to find a mentor or like anything like that.
Mm. Yeah. Interesting. Well, I hear you, man. I feel you. I mean, there's a lot of politics here, and sometimes it feels like high school,
It's a little
which
overwhelming, but I
which
tell you
is
what,
just,
man,
it's lame.
there's a lot of people here that play a lot of the music you guys are making. So, hey, man, keep doing it because there's it's it's just getting bigger and bigger here. People are fucking it's just gotten amazing, man. We just have a really good scene. People are just like it's all about it. There's a lot of good artists out of this area. Um
Mm.
I don't know if you've checked out any of the Australian artists, but I'll send you a list of some.
Yeah, I'd love to
And
hear it.
there's a lot you've probably already know, and you'll be like, "Oh shit, I didn't know they were Australian."
Yeah, probably. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Mm.
Cool, man. Yeah, I'd love to check it out for sure. So let's wrap it up for now. We'll do it again. We'll work on maybe some multi. We could get, like, if we can't get the whole crew, maybe we can get a handful, or
Yeah, man, a couple of people, man, and
just
we
shoot
don't
the
even have to
shit.
record it. I'd be like to just have the shoot the shit,
Yeah.
and I'd like to get other people's perspectives. And like I said, I'm basically the new kid in the block, man. Even though I've been around a while, like shit, man, like you guys were doing this way before I was. Even though I wanted to be doing it, like I was separated that because I was doing something else that I thought was more important at the time, and like I thought was, it was just that was my calling at the time, I guess.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you have two full length albums out. I don't have one album out. So, like,
Well, fuck, let's collab, buddy.
yeah, that'd be dope. We could like collab and remix or whatever, a little bit of
Yeah,
all
yeah,
that. Cool, cool.
yeah,
Well,
man.
we need to, what we need to do? We need to, when things open up, we need to have a record release party at City Club or something, somewhere,
Yeah, man.
you know, that
Something
was
with quadraphonic sound.
absolutely.
Oh
Yeah.
man. So yeah,
What's
I had
that?
my had my mate just drop me off a stack of some of these.
Oh shit. Oh damn.
Yeah, man.
Nice, dude. I need some
So
of those.
I'll be sending these out.
That would be great. Awesome, dude.
To resend me the address.
I will. All right. Cool, cool, man. Well, it was nice
Yeah,
talking to you. Let's do it again soon.
yeah, man. Great talking to you, Eric.
Hit me up anytime, and well, we'll be talking soon regardless about it, website, stems, and what I can find out about that sample clearance, right?
Yeah, definitely, man. If not, man, on my way, I'm waiting on a bit of Git. But as soon as this shit comes, I'm getting like I've got a friend here that does custom desks,
Ooh,
like custom
cool.
studio desks.
Okay.
It's very like minimalistic,
Mm,
but very functional.
yeah.
So I'm gonna have him do me a custom desk with all my gear. So then, it's all like all in one. So I'm trying to figure out. Plus, now my wife's working at home with me as well. So she's in the same spot. So we've got a kind of a small apartment. So we're trying to figure out the her daytime and then me playing at nighttime, but also I can't play loud at night because it's night.
Right. But all you want to do is play loud, I bet, right?
Yeah, man. Well, fuck, man. I'm a child of the '70s, man.
Yeah.
Late '70s. Well, is it turning up to 11?
Yeah. I mean, you gotta feel that bass, I think,
That's it, man. Honestly, that's one thing I miss here. And one thing I've been trying to get a proper venue to do. And like if I do it, I'll probably have to do it myself, but I want to bring in something that fucking, yeah, like Detroit rocks the house. So
Mhm.
people understand what the fuck is really going on, man.
Yeah.
Like feel the real thing. Cause like I've been to a few parties here, like only one time it came close. And I
Mm.
was like, but nah,
Gotta
I want to
bring
spread the good news.
gotta bring Photon out there, and
Man, I honestly, I'm since this COVID shit, like if he gets his jabs and is able to fly over here, I might have him fly over with Craig from the works.
that'd be sweet. Yeah.
You know Craig, right?
I
Yeah,
think so. I think so.
Craig's one of my good mates. He's actually lived here a couple times with us here.
Does he have a shaved head?
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
think I think I know who you're talking. Yeah.
yeah.
Was he at the works when you played last, or
Uh
not the works, City Club when you played when we were hanging out a couple years ago?
oh
That
shit.
was such a random thing for anyone to remember. I don't
No, man, I
if
can't
you
remember.
don't remember, I don't blame you for not
Fuck.
remembering.
No, I think he was in Chicago because he lives in Chicago.
Oh, okay.
Do you remember Wilkie?
Mhm.
Wilkie, Craig, Craig. You know Craig if I show you a picture of him. Yeah, just he always had like shaved head. He was in the industrial for a long time, but he worked at the works.
Mm.
Fuck, man, I don't even know. Ever since like I went there in '99 till about whenever, say 2015 maybe. But I used to work with him, and we used to do with my other mate Chris. We did prime recording stuff, and we used to do uh the pre demp parties.
Mm,
over at the works.
okay.
And Craig would help us out, and we'd all do that. So I've known Craig for quite a while, and he's like a medical student and shit now. He's living in Chicago.
Mm.
But you know him, he's fucking sassy, fucking cunt. He's a gay cunt, a fucking gay cunt. Such a cunt.
Right on.
I love that cunt. Hey
Yeah.
man,
Cunt.
hey, it's good to see you.
I
Well,
I love the word cunt. It's such a
yeah,
good
dude,
word.
it rolls off the tongue so easy here.
Right on, man.
I
Yeah.
love it. Hey
Awesome,
man,
dude.
good to
Good.
see you, bro.
Absolutely. Let's do it again soon. Thanks for talking to
Yeah,
me.
man. Hey, appreciate that. No worries, man. Well, now that we got this sorted out, just hit me up anytime, and also like jump on the equal thing and see when everybody can jump on, and uh
Yeah.
basically even
We
get onto your phone and
we can start making it a regular thing, even if it's like once a week or two, or whatever.
yeah, man,
Or
I'd love to do like something, man. Even trade samples, just trade a sample with somebody. Like trade a sample Tuesday or some fucking shit. Or just
yeah,
something, just make,
it'd be cool if we did like released singles where maybe someone made a song and then we get like three other people to do a remix.
well, that's what I'm thinking where we're at right now.
You know, kind of like how 12
Because
inches used to be released on
yeah,
vinyl all the time.
mhm,
Like there's no reason why we don't do that.
100%. No, I think that would be great, man. And that fuck, man. Uh, I don't, I don't know much about Ron, but I know he's a fucking brilliant artist, like musically and like artistically.
He's
Like I've
insane.
never seen anybody that does anything like that, and like I couldn't believe like he'd gotten into a spinal injury,
Yeah.
and like that was horrible, man. I man, like I'm kind of dealing with the same shit right now, but on a less level of that.
Okay.
Like I have to go see a spine specialist next couple weeks because I'm having like sciatica, man. I'm like my fucking legs starting to fucking go numb
Mm.
because of I broke my femur back in 97.
Mm.
Uh but I used to snowboard and shit and
Mm.
had hardware in my leg for many years.
Mm.
So I think it's fucked up the ball of my joint,
Mm.
uh of my femur joint. So I'm dealing with that now. It's spreading to my back because of that. It's compensating for that.
Mm.
So I'm going in due to I've got to get a second shot of cortisone, man, this week. And then I have to go get another full, like basically waist up body scan to my neck, and then go see a spinal doctor around here and
Mm.
try to figure out what the fuck's wrong with me, man. Because I like day to day, I've got fucking like 7 to 8 on the pain scale. Uh, some days better than others, but um, like I don't take opiates. I fucking
Mm.
refuse to take that shit.
Yeah.
Uh, being addicted to it at one point in my life just because that's what they gave you when you were younger.
Mm.
When I was fuck you know 16, 17, breaking bones, and they were giving me that shit and then never like telling you anything about it. And
Yeah.
then after I was like, why do I want to fucking keep taking the shit?
Yeah.
And no aftercare. And that was pre like the opium whole thing, man. So I kind
Mm.
of saw the whole thing as, yeah, it's nasty. So
Mm.
right now, luckily, Australia's on medical cannabis. Um, I I go see a through my GP, which is my general practice doctor. I go see him,
Mm.
and then I get referred to my cannabis doctor, and then I uh, get oils and CBD from them. So
Nice.
controlling the pain that way, and trying to like sort everything out, man. It
CBD's
fucking
working out
sucks,
for
dude.
you.
CB, it's all right, but especially in conjunction with the THC oil, it works very well.
Okay. Interesting. Yeah. Yeah,
And then
man.
I'm
Well,
also, yeah, that's well, look into the future here, man. I'm possibly looking into doing like that as a job here, so we'll
oh,
see.
right. Right.
Yeah,
Nice.
so I've been doing studies on it and courses online, and it's been a thing here since 2018, but it's more of the Canadian style model, where it's you know you ever gone to Canada, you have to go to a where the liquor store is, it's the actual
The
like
beer
bottle
store.
shop.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of the same thing here.
Okay.
Commonwealth, I don't know, it's a Commonwealth thing.
Mm.
So yeah. So basically the same thing. I have to go see a certain doctor. What's cool is though they can actually send it to me through the mail. So I'll get flour and stuff through the mail now,
We have
like legally.
we have weed stores, like it's recreational weed is
Yeah,
legal.
yeah.
I still haven't been to a dispensary yet, and there's like
Oh man.
they're everywhere, and they deliver to you. Like,
Shit, man. Hold on one second. I
yeah,
gotta take a piss like no other.
go ahead. I'll
Hold on
do
one
it. I'll
second.
do the same thing. Yeah, that was much needed.
Oh man. Fuck, I was busting at the seams there, mate.
But yeah,
I
so
should have.
now go ahead.
No, it's all right.
I was just gonna say weed's legal here recreationally. We have
Yeah. I was
dispensaries. I
I was
haven't even
back there
been
in December.
I haven't even been to a dispensary yet. And and they deliver to you if you want, like they deliver it to you like pizza.
Yeah, man. It's amazing. It's a good time to be alive in
Yeah,
Michigan.
dude. Oh, and and
Oh,
and and during COVID, I started getting I got the unemployment and all that, and the stimulus money and all that. So I was like,
Yeah,
I don't know what to do with it. And so I bought some grow lights, and I built a little grow room in my basement, and I have like 12 plants growing right now. And
there
uh,
you go, man.
so yeah, I mean, it's just it's just fun. I don't know. It's a learning experience, and I have
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
I have
Oh
12,
yeah, yeah.
12 plants. Six of them just started showing all of them just started showing their sex, their
Yeah, the
sex
little
organs.
female.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
yeah, the little feelings.
six of them are female, six of them are male. So I
Yeah,
just
yeah.
I removed,
Pop them up.
yeah, and I got the
Yeah.
seed. Do you know who Stone Owl is?
Yeah, fuck yeah, Jake.
Yeah, so I got the seeds from
Dude,
Jake.
oh my God. So you got the good shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Two different kinds from
Fist, man. Fist,
you know
man.
what I'm talking about.
Shit, yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah, he's good people.
Midnight Roots.
Yeah, yeah.
That's his
No,
company.
man, that was fantastic. Yeah, when I went back there, or whatever, last year, uh, yeah, man, I think that's the only thing that got me through the day was eating some of his Midnight Roots chocolate bars.
Oh yeah. You want to know what's
Those things
funny
were
about
delicious.
that? He gave me one of those because I fixed one of his phones and one of his iPads, and he was like, he was like, how much do you want for the repair or whatever? And I was like, give me some cash if you want, but I was like, what I really want is to try some of your product.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
he gave me one of his midnight bars.
yeah, right.
And I tried a couple pieces. I had like a lady friend over, and we shared a bite, and but I don't remember why, but I went to my parents' house, and oh, I think I brought I brought the pieces that I didn't like, because they're so potent that you don't need a lot, right? So
Yeah, no, you eat like one chunk and it's like you're
yeah,
good.
yeah. So I only ate like one or two pieces out of the whole
Yeah,
bar. So I still had most of the bar. So I think I brought it to my parents' house because at the beginning of COVID, I went and stayed out there, and my brother was there. So I figured, I'd have some with my brother, and we just chill out and play
yeah, yeah, yeah.
video games or
Just in
something.
case.
And my mom found it, and she ate a piece, but she doesn't smoke or anything. So
Yeah.
like, and she asked me about it. I said, if feel free. I'm not going to tell you not to, but I warned her. I said, if you do eat this, eat a fraction of a piece. Like, don't eat a
Yeah.
whole piece. And she ate a whole piece. And
Oh, you can always go. You can always go up.
yeah.
You can't go down.
So now I always joke.
Uh,
I always make fun of her about that. Like, because
uh,
she's just like she's not a stone. It's not like she's a stoner who then got into
yeah.
edibles. She doesn't smoke at all. And then she just ate like a whole piece, and it just kicked her ass, and she did not like it. So I make fun
Oh man.
I make fun of her about it every chance I get.
That's a good one, man. I'll give you another one for a time later. You'll have to remind me about my parents' edible story. But speaking of, man, I'm gonna go medicate because I'm starting to get a sore fucking back, mate.
Yeah, dude.
Um, but it's good to see you, man. Great
Absolutely.
talking. Let's keep this up, man. Let's try to get this at least once a month, man,
Let's
or
do it.
like every 2 months, like whatever the fuck, man. Like it doesn't take that much, man, to just reach out. So I'm here
Absolutely.
anytime, man.
I
Just
think
gotta
this
remember
worked
what
out.
time I'm here.
Yeah, I think it worked out well.
Now,
So
usually late nights for you is like my afternoon. So as
cool.
you can see, it's like I was actually contemplating wearing the sunnies the whole time because all I see is like I'm seeing tracers from the sun in here right now. So
Wow.
hot, sunny, man.
Yeah, it's like 2 in the morning here, and my lights are LEDs. Otherwise, it'd just be dark. So cool, man. Yeah, let's do it like once a month, or maybe we can do a label, like get all the.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah,
I'll,
even do
I'll
the label thing
I'll
when
just
like
put a
do.
link out in the like Facebook group and say, hey, tonight
Yeah.
we're hanging out. Show up or don't.
Yep. Yeah,
You
yeah.
know.
No, perfect, man. That'll be perfect because hey, I think the more spontaneity the better because like most of the time I'm just like if I have to plan for something, it's never gonna happen.
Right. Right.
So
Yeah.
no, man.
Well, this worked out. Thanks again. I appreciate it.
No dramas, man.
Cool.
No
Cool.
dramas. Hey, thank you for everything, Eric, and appreciate your time, man.
Absolutely. You
And
too.
we'll be in touch soon, man.
Yep.
Love you, brother. Well, you stay safe and
Love you too, brother.
keep
Right on.
keep doing your thing, man.
Yeah, man. We got to get together and have a record release party as soon as we're able, whether it's in
Yeah, man.
your neck of the woods or here. All
Yeah,
right.
man. We'll definitely get some stuff sorted and yeah, let's even like you said, maybe propose some stuff doing like some singles with like 3 artists on it and or whatever it is. Like and maybe like
I'm
get something
thinking
that
one main
yep,
song, three remixes.
yep, yep, yep.
You know, just like a
Perfect.
standard 12-inch single used to be. You know.
2 and 2, man.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, yeah.
We'll go medicate, and I'll do the same.
Yeah, man.
All
Take
right.
care, my man.
Yep.
Ciao, ciao.
Say hi to your wife for me. She was really cool.
Oh, I will definitely. She will say hi as well.
All right, man.
Well, you
Good
guys take care, man.
good night.
Ciao, ciao.